Beauty community is a hamster wheel that runs on corporate financial interests, return on investments, and whatchamacallit, financial greed of multi-billionaires that don't give a shit about makeup itself. Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Hi friends! Hi! My name is Mia and this is My Virtual Vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we're quite critical of it. And today we are being critical of the makeup industry itself. You know, for the past 1.5 years, 2 years, the industry has gone insane with the output of releases, and I kept wondering, why are these companies insisting on putting out so much repetitive shit? A comment made by Sarah Hubler, I'm going to link her channel down below. She mentioned in one of her videos that the new releases might be caused by the fact that the beauty community has seen exponential growth, which has caused investors to come in and pour some money into the makeup brands. So let's talk a bit about what this means for us as consumers and for the brands themselves. Let's talk a bit about what this cornucopia of releases means for us. And before that, let's talk about us as beauty enthusiasts versus the perception that a regular consumer would have on all of these releases. Because there are two different worlds. So basically, the regular consumer does not follow trend mood, does not have 30 palettes in their collection, is not up to date with the latest YouTube drama, makeup releases, YouTube reviews, trends, whatnot. They are a makeup enthusiast that maybe perhaps loves to do their makeup, loves to go shopping for makeup, but doesn't keep their hands on the pulse of things, so to say. Or maybe they're not aware that ColourPop released 12 palettes in 1 month, or they're not aware that ABH released a lot of stuff lately compared to previous years, or they are not aware that we are now at the 5th triangular Christmas holiday palette release, and I'm starting to wonder if they are getting it from the same supplier. Basically, they're a person that, while loving makeup, they are not aware of the repetitiveness of it all. And there's us, who watch YouTube or are part of, makeup Twitter, makeup Instagram, people that watch Trend Mood a lot, people that, while not part of the creator beauty community, follow it religiously. So the thing is that brands do not cater us just to us. They don't cater to the market of beauty creators and beauty aficionados, people that keep up to date with the shit. They also cater to those people that I mentioned earlier, the regular consumers. And regular consumers, make no mistake, it doesn't matter how vocal the beauty community actually is. We are a vocal minority. I think more than 80-70% of makeup purchases are actually done by regular consumers and not by us. So the thing is, we keep complaining about repetitive releases, but the brands don't give a shit and are not listening to us, crying for new things, crying for innovative formulas, saying that we're bored of the same warm neutral tone palette or whatever, because they wouldn't be putting out this shit if other people wouldn't buy it. So it's clear that there's still a market for all of that they're putting out because regular consumers are buying it. You feel me? I'm getting to the point eventually. This release rate is sustainable only because there are these consumers that are not up to date with every new release that keep buying. Even if we, the beauty community, don't buy jack shit, which I doubt it, what does it mean for makeup brands? Well, it means that, one, there is still a market for their massive release dates. 2, even though it's not viewed favorably by the beauty community and there are some dissenting voices, there are still ass kissers, and even so, there are still regular consumers that buy all of that stuff. And 3, it's profitable for them to keep releasing so much stuff, even though it's repetitive and it hurts their brand image. Brand image, very important. The thing is that all of these releases have a good side to them and a bad side to them. The good side is that all of this high competitiveness leads to better quality, because now brands have to actually worry about producing high quality stuff to keep up and stay relevant. So you no longer see very mediocre products because they get left to the side because there is so much offering for everybody. It also leads to competitive prices, or it would if it weren't for one small factor. This is a very profitable business and it is in high demand, so you could say that lots of companies are offering more products, so therefore other companies would lower their prices to make themselves more attractive to potential consumers. But that isn't happening because there are so many consumers to go around that they don't feel the need to compete price-wise. On the contrary, there is such a high demand from us and the regular consumers for more makeup stuff that more and more brands are coming up with higher price points because the value of makeup itself is getting artificially inflated by the demand. So the more we ask for it, the more we want it, the more newcomers in the industry and older established companies see that it's acceptable to ask for these prices because we are basically paying them that money. There's a saying in Romania that goes something like this: the one who asks is not the dumbass, but the one who gives. Another good thing about all of this new releases, all of these frequent new releases, is that we have choice. Either choice or the illusion of choice. It means that there is no longer one big player in the market, and if you wanted something, that's the only brand that you could get it from. No, now we have so much choice that we can cancel brands at the drop of a hat and not miss anything from them. There are so many great formulas, so many great finishes, so many great new releases that you can cancel brands for any reason and you won't feel a thing. Moreover, if something is not accessible to you, if it's not cruelty-free and you're cruelty-free, if the formula doesn't quite sit well with you, or you just don't like the brand's name, you have the ability to choose from many other brands, which is great because it helps the market regulate itself. So brands that are problematic or unwanted die off because they are being eaten up by this huge competition. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and if you can't keep up, can't keep your nose out of the dirt, or don't do good PR, and I'm not talking about PR as in free products, but PR as in public relations, you're fucked. There are 3 main bad consequences that affect us as consumers regarding these huge turnover rates of releases. The first one is FOMO, fear of missing out. Now, if you don't necessarily follow all of the releases and don't see the repetitive cyclical nature of it all, you will start getting FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Fear of missing out is very prevalent, specifically among beauty creators and people that follow beauty creators, because we get incentivized to buy, try this new palette, have fun with this new thing. It's the allure of the new, of the shiny, as opposed to the workhorse in your collection that you may have had that you know how to work with. There's lots of limited edition items, there's lots of special packaging items, just collections that come and go like a breeze in the wind, discontinued products. So you get this urging to buy fast before it's gone, and buy fast for the sake of having it, for the elitism of having it in the case of very expensive brands, to be able to brag, at least internally, about your purchase, to be part of a certain club or elite for having the same things that your favorite beauty guru talked about. The second bad consequence is predatory marketing, which is brands becoming more and more desperate and sending dumbass emails, Sephora monitoring your cart and just liaising with the FBI agents that watches you through your webcam to see what the hell you forgot in there, and other such. This can lead to bad decisions on the consumer's part, because this predatory marketing is very underhanded. It plays on certain psychological tactics, it plays on your insecurities, it plays on your desires, it creates a desire in you that you may not have had if you weren't in contact with it, which leads you to spending more money on things that you don't need. Not only do you have so many choices, you also want to spend money on all of those choices just for the sake of trying it all. The third bad consequence is the oversaturation of the market. We are currently in a bubble and it's going to burst, and when it bursts, it's not going to be pretty. We are going to walk among the corpses of so many brands that just rose and fall in the blink of an eye. This oversaturation leads beauty creators to feeling burnt out, the average consumer to maybe purchasing more than they should, and there is also a certain choice paralysis when you have so many choices that you get overwhelmed with them and either end up overspending or not buying at all. Now that I've explained all of the consequences, good and bad, at least that I can see them, let's talk about why these brands are putting out so much shit. Basically, in one word, actually two words, loan sharks, which aren't a thing only for us poors. Basically, it goes like this, and I credit what's going on is the following. The beauty industry is rapidly growing. Rapidly growing industries mean rapid profits. Rapid profits are like blood in the water for loan sharks. Loan sharks, which are actually investors. Investors approach a brand or are approached by a brand, and it goes something like this. Yo, I believe you can make us a fuck ton of money. So we're going to loan you this amount, and we'd better see your investment back fourfold or fivefold, or you're gonna swim with the fishes. So a lot of brands not only are being acquired by bigger conglomerates, but they're also being loaned money from these investors. If they have been acquired by bigger conglomerates, just like, for example, Urban Decay, I believe, was acquired by L'Oreal. If they are acquired, then the company that acquires them wants to quickly get back the money that they bought that company with. So if I buy a company for, I don't know, $1 billion, then in a couple of years at most, I want to make back those $1 billion plus change to see a return on my investment. Again, if I don't purchase that company, but I give them a loan to do some things with, in a couple of years at most, I want to get back my loan with interest. The more loans a company can get and can do good on, the more the company can grow. Let's look at two companies, Anastasia Beverly Hills and ColourPop, which is part of Seed Beauty. A lot of people have been complaining about Anastasia Beverly Hills' latest just gunfire rapid releases, specifically in this last quarter, when in 1 month or so we found out that not only do we have a Norvina 1, we have a Norvina 2 and the Norvina 3. Now, Norvina herself said on Twitter that some issues, some leaks, some production, blah 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 blah, some explanation, which may be true, but I'm not going to take that at face value because, you know, people trust Norvina on Twitter, but I still think that she is a CEO and a businesswoman first and foremost, and she's not just going to tell you the truth because it's on Twitter and you love her. Also, slightly related, but has anyone noticed what kind of crazy personality cult she has on Twitter? I swear she could tell people to stab themselves in the neck with a brow wiz and they do it just for her attention. BH grew a lot in 2017 and in the later part of the year, I believe, or early 2018, they took a couple of loans from investors. But the problem was that from 2017, their sales have gone down. So in 2018, despite what the hype on Twitter and Instagram might have made you believe, their sales dropped by how much? 10%, which is a lot. Eventually in 2009, they yet again dropped by 30%, which according to financial publications, just, you know, throws up in the air the worry that they might not make good on their loans in time, which leads to more releases, because they're kind of, at this point, they're kind of throwing well-designed stuff, true, at the wall and hoping that it sticks and that it will rise up their sales. ColourPop, on the other hand, hasn't been recently acquired by anyone, nor did they receive a lot of investor backing. As far as I know, I haven't found anything, neither on ColourPop or on Seed Beauty, but that might be because I don't have official access to any investment journals or whatever. However, Seed Beauty is starting to branch out in more companies. ColourPop, Kylie, Fourth Ray, Soul, they have 3 or more so companies under their umbrella, 2 out of which are in development, I think. So my conspiracy theory, allegedly, is that ColourPop probably is one of their consistent best sellers, aside from Kylie, which is its own thing. And it probably has to pull the weight of the other satellite companies as well, while they gather more traction and start showing more return on investment. Moreover, ColourPop has said officially that they are mimicking the fast fashion model. What that means is that they're kind of looking at what people are talking about and in an instance create something, push it out the door, release it while the trend is still fresh. So while yellows were a thing and people were asking for yellows, ColourPop came out with it. When people asked for more purples, ColourPop came out with purples. When the Dewy foundation craze started, ColourPop, lo and behold, came up this week with the Dewy foundation, and so on and so forth. So what they're doing is essentially producing smaller quantities, but a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff. Moreover, they do all of their stuff in-house, which means that they can mix and match as needed this quick. So this is why you're seeing these high release rates. Everybody's out for your coin to pay their debts. It's all motivated by a cycle of acquiring debt, paying it up, proving to people that you can acquire more debt because you're that great of a company, acquire more debt, paying it up again, so on and so forth. It's all financial. They're not doing it for the creative side of things. They're not doing it for the fact that consumers are asking for it. They're not doing it for your sake, for beauty guru's sake, for anybody's sake but their own pockets. And we have the choice now. We have a lot of choice. We have a lot of brands to choose from. We can be as woke as we want because, as I said, we're swimming in choice. But at a certain point, this bubble is going to bust, and I'm curious to see how exactly it's gonna blow. And this was it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this rambly video. Let me know your opinion of things down below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you the next time. Bye!